It's Melissa. So I'm just putting away stuff, and occasionally I have memory return because when I had a medical shock years ago, occasionally I have memory and then I start laughing hysterically because I remember a whole conversation that was frightening because I block things that are frightening. People that know me well know that I block things when they get frightening still, like if it's something happened because of the trauma that I had at Camp Lejeune, September 10th. So, reporting the terrorists. So, I remembered that weird woman, Elaine, and that whole weird crew. I'll put it that way for other reasons, and I'll tell you about them in private. So, they were insinuating that myself and my sister Susan and my cousins Christine and Amy, who were standing next to me, it was my Aunt Diane's funeral, and that weird woman and her family were insinuating that we were going to have swinging sex parties with her family because they're not related to us. So then they're weird. And she was born Cronin, that woman that stole everything from the party. And my mother always said she wasn't her sister, but I didn't understand because she was invited to some of the family functions, and she always said she was my mother's sister, but my mother said, no, it's not my sister. So what happened was she was a teenager who was pregnant with her brother's child and came to live with my grandparents because my grandparents were trying to help her because they thought she was a product of incest, like she was pregnant with her brother's child. But long story short, she ended up marrying her brother using my grandparents' last name of Sampson because she's weird and she's got mental problems and she stole everything. And yes, I will get her in jail. I haven't yet. I really need testimony from everyone, but I have some money that's going to be coming in, and I won't say where because people will try to sabotage that, but I'm going to use some of the money that I'll be getting to sue some various things, like I have to sue my trust fund and stuff. Not really sue my trust fund, but I got to get a new accountant and everything on one of my trust funds and things like that. But I'm going to take her to court, and when I do, I'm going to ask for the full extent of jail time for her and, all those involved. But anyway, so the weird woman and her weird... And then I remember my sister and I were looking at each other. My hairdo is doing weird things because it's hot as HE double hockey sticks. My sister Susan and I are looking at each other, and I was really scared because I never experienced anything like that in my life. I mean, there might have been swingers near me, but I didn't know that they were, so it was better. It didn't bother me. Or I discovered, but they never spoke of it. I knew, but they were kind of weird. But So we are in our suits. It's like the after reception for my poor Aunt Diane. My Aunt Diane, wonderful woman, passed away. And me and my cousin, we're all, respectable in our suits and everything. And this weird, hello. And there they are talking about how we're going to want to meet up with their husbands and this and that and do things with their husbands, but they meant it because they're not family and they think some weird thing because they're not the ones. So they think that you're supposed to have sex with their husbands and stuff. And they want to have sex with your husband and then they got all kinds of diseases and it's really bad. Yeah. So my sister, and I didn't understand because my sister knows the whole time, but I didn't because I just couldn't imagine. And my sister's looking at me because she's like, and she's laughing and I'm laughing. And I'm going, what is it? What is it? What is it that she's saying? Is that she wants me to have sex with her husband? is that what she's saying? Is that what she's saying, Susan? And my sister goes, that's exactly what she's saying. She's strange. And I go, well, I always knew they were weird, but is that what they're saying? They want me to have sex with their husband? And I'm like, oh my God. In public they're saying that? At a funeral in front of all these people? Like they're trying to set up meeting for sex with their husband and weird things. And it's me, I'm Melissa, and I've never experienced anything. I had a medical, so whatever happened, you know, I don't always remember, but in the past, but I am aware that people are weird. So, you know, I had a weird medical, I did, but I'm fine now. But believe me, Melissa does not swing, does not do orgies, and I don't have any interest in men. I have one boyfriend, that's it. That's all I need. I have one boyfriend. And if things don't work out with my boyfriend, I probably will be single for another 7 years, because that's how long it took me to be with my boyfriend that I've had for a little while now. But that's it. I don't have interest, and I don't care. I don't need diseases, because there's HIV, and people are not faithful to each other. But there's one thing not faithful, but these are like swingers that are married that do, you know, and then they spread their diseases, and they're weird. So, but that was it. My memory when I was in the kitchen, I'm like organizing things. And those weird people. And my sister. and my cousin Christine is going. And Christine's wonderful, right? My cousin Christine is like, you know, Apple Award teacher, perfect, everything. Love her so much, so cute. I can't imagine anything Christine would ever do anything wrong. She's a wonderful woman. And then I don't know if Amy was there. I think Amy was there, and she just like went with her eyes. My cousin, her sister Amy. She must have been. She was there for a little while, and she left, but I remember her eyes going, oh my God. Yeah. She went to the funeral, and then she went to the reception for a while. But as my mother would say, they're clam bakers. And then we had... Thank God, you know, for normal people that have normal wavelength, you know. And then they say it's religion. Their orgy parties and, you know, swinging lifestyle is what they consider to be a religion. Where is that in the Bible is me? Because that's not religion. And they're weird. They're weird. And I won't mention any names, but I do know, in addition to everything else, another cousin of mine who's a good man and has a nice wife, and he's very religious, good man, told me that same family, I'll put it in quotes, not my family, not his family, because we're real cousins and real blood, but that same family hit on him and like showed up at his house and wanted to have like the same type of relationship. And I thought he was confused. But now I know he wasn't confused. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. They're all kinds of weird. Yes, scary, scary, scaries. Okay, that's it for now. That's my funny of the evening, and I'm going to send it out to everyone I know so that I make myself laugh even more. I laugh that way, not the other way, of course.